A millennium or more has passed since last the Queen allowed her most private demesnes be seen. The tidings Queen Marina means to impart are of the utmost import. The odds are great and getting greater. Don't make her wait, it may be too late later. Unable to remain awake while the disastrous events surrounding the birth of the Lord of Shadows are occurring, Tran drifts off into a dreamlike state and sees visions of his younger years. The dream ends with some ominous voices, and he slowly awakes from his slumber. Finding himself in the somewhat familiar surroundings of the undersea kingdom of Nautica, he breathes a sigh of relief, until he sees his reflection and finds that he has somehow been turned into a fish! He swims straight to the palace, where Queen Marina explains that she had to confer this form upon him, in order to hide him from the eyes of Moredgon's many minions. She offers to show him all that has transpired while he slept, and drifts through the doors at the back of the throne room, bidding our hero to follow.
Her Majesty's waiting for you in her private room. It's just through these doors. Don't cause any trouble or you'll have me to deal with.
Queen's private chamber.
An eon's passed since last I brought a human to this cave. It is the private parlor of the Queen beneath the waves. Behold the pearl of wisdom, jewel of we the ocean's daughters. It lets its bearer view the world through any drop of water. I've summoned up a thunderstorm to saturate the ground. Now, let's ascend into the rain and take a look around.
Very clever. I like that idea.
Whenever you are ready, touch your fin against the pearl, and you shall see what's come to pass there in your airy world.
They seem to be giving me lots of chances to back out of this, but I'm pretty sure I'm on rails right now and I can't do anything else. After the world-shattering events surrounding the birth of the Lord of Shadows, Tran awakens in the undersea kingdom of Nautica, where Queen Marina has transformed him into a fish in order to hide him from the agents of evil. She offers to show him all that has transpired while he slept, and drifts through the doors at the back of the throne room, bidding our hero to follow. He follows the Queen into her secret sanctuary, where she shows him an artifact named the Pearl of Wisdom. Should he touch it, he will be able to see the world above from the point of view of any body of water. Touch the pearl and see the world. Whenever you are ready, touch your fin against the pearl, and you will see what's come to pass there in your airy world. Any treasure or anything? And I didn't really think there would be, but I had to look. Alright, let's make like Sylvando and touch the big random shiny artifact of power.
The once fair land of Airdria is now a ravaged shell. When Moredgon destroyed its heart, the holy world tree fell. Upon its fall, the world was with a searing storm despoiled. Trees and grasses burned to ashes, lakes and rivers boiled. Burning boulders fell to earth and pulverized the land. Mountains cracked, and realms were racked at his unholy hand. In one fell swoop, the Lord of Shadows ended countless lives. The lucky few who rode the storm out struggle to survive. Their days are filled with desperation, misery and tears. I see them quake and tremble, but I cannot calm their fears.
Well, at least they're not all dead. Thought with all the World Tree's leaves blew away, that was what it signified.
Please, help! Somebody, please! Is someone there? Please, help me.
Our homes are gone. Our families and friends, too. All we have left is our lives. We can't just sit down and die. We have to keep walking.
We have to keep following the hero. They say he's built a fortress south of Heliodor. If we can make our way there, we'll be safe.
Don't give up, okay? This hero guy won't let us down. Once we get to the last bastion, everything will be fine. You'll see.
A few more short steps lead from darkness into dawn. Safe haven awaits.
Yeah, I thought the blue surcoat guy was Hendrik. Couldn't think of any other male character they tried to hide the face of.
Amid the black depths of despair, a spark of light still shines. A man who gives the people hope in these benighted times. Yet that light too shall soon succumb to evil's ceaseless claim. Only you can take that spark and kindle it to flame. Yggdrasil has crashed to earth. Her light has disappeared. In her place, the Lord of Shadows' citadel of fear. He took the sacred world tree's power and now makes it his own. Foul Moredgon commands the world from his unholy throne. His forces seek to steal the souls of every last survivor. His flying servants sweep the skies. The seas swarm with his divers. Alizarin, the fiend that seeks to devastate my nation. Another one of Moredgon's detestable creations. I've cast a spell to hold him back, but need it to be stronger. The barrier's at breaking point and cannot last much longer. I'd hoped that I could save my realm. It was a foolish notion. Compared to his, my strength is but a raindrop in the ocean. Ere long, the barrier will fall, and Nautica will too. Marauding beasts may take my life, but they shall not take you.
No, Queenie, I like you.
Our time grows short. I fear my kingdom's race is nearly run. My place is with my subjects now. We face our fate as one.
After the world-shattering events surrounding the birth of the Lord of Shadows, Tran awakens in the undersea kingdom of Nautica to find that he's been turned into a fish. Queen Marina has had him take this form in order to hide him from Moredgon's minions. She employs the powers of the Pearl of Wisdom to offer our hero a view of the world above and show him how it has changed. What he sees is beyond even his most awful imaginings. The once bounteous land of Erdrea lies in ruins, and the World Tree, once the sky's most glorious sight, is nowhere to be seen. But all is not entirely lost. One man strives to bring hope back to the hearts of those who have survived the slaughter. The last thing Tran sees is the Fortress of Fear, Moredgon's monstrous lair, and the army of monsters sent forth from it to assail Nautica itself. According to the Queen, her kingdom's defenses will not hold out much longer, and it seems even this once serene realm will soon be overrun by evil. No, let me fight! Let me protect you all! Queen Marina has convened her subjects in the central square and she's about to make a speech. I beseech you to attend to and listen to her lecture. Everyone's assembled already, ready to hear her words. There's no time to worry, you have to hurry. Can I still save? I mainly want to save because I keep getting corrupted footage, so I have to save often. No, it does not look like it, okay. Her Majesty is just allowed to make a speech outside. Due to this, just now the throne room is unoccupied. What if you'd rather leave the building from the upstairs door? Perhaps you'd like me to take you to the upper floor? No. Then please, I ask that you head to the plaza right away. You must hear what the noble Queen Marina has to say. The Queen has summoned all her subjects, every one of us. Whatever she means to announce, it must be serious. Sure. Whoops. I wanted to read what she had to say, but I think I clicked too fast. So we're gonna have to go back, just so I can see the words were that she had last. Queen Marina summoned all her subjects to the square. It seems to be important. I'd suggest you too head there. To get there, you can just swim through the window in the wall. Would you rather that I take you to the entrance hall? Nah. If you should have a change of heart, just come and talk to me. But otherwise, please swim outside to hear Her Majesty. Yes. Then place your fin into my palm, and in hand we'll go around the royal dais to the chamber down below. Alright, let's see what she had to say. I understand. Please take my hand. Together we will rise, up to the upper level, swiftly as the seagull flies.
Curious you are, my friend. I showed you fearful sights, and yet those wide and watery eyes still gleam with limpid light.
You're just as much of a hero, lady. Let's do this.
It seems that grief and tragedy have followed you since birth. Cruel fate's dark plan has stalked you to the corners of the earth, and yet you've weathered every blow. Prevailed against all strife. You've brushed with death 1,000 times, yet still you have your life. It is the will of Yggdrasil that you are still alive. It is your fate to save this world. For this, you must survive. Bright luminary, let the light shine on the world again. Find the fading sparks of hope and kindle them to flame. You'll find the sparks I speak of here and there throughout the land. They are the former members of your staunch and stalwart band. The fire within their hearts will light the path that you must tread. Find your friends and bring an end to this dark age of dread. While the luminary lives, there's hope for people still. You cannot fail. You must prevail. It is the world tree's will.
Beware! The barrier shakes and breaks!
The Lord of Shadow's followers give fond farewell short shrift. I had so much to tell you, but it seems I must be swift.
If I can't save you, I will avenge you. He won't get away with this.
Do not lose heart. Do not look back until your time is through. Remember, you're the luminary. We believe in you.
Citizens of Nautica, give your lives to the Lord of Shadows.
What he sees is beyond even his most awful imaginings. The once bounteous land of Erdrea lies in ruins, and the World Tree, once the sky's most glorious sight, is nowhere to be seen. But all is not entirely lost. One man strives to bring hope back to the hearts of those who have survived this slaughter. The two return to Nautica, where the Queen tells Tran of his new purpose. He must seek out his friends, and kindle the last sparks of hope for Erdrea into a blazing flame. Their talk is cut short when a massive monster breaches the magical barriers protecting the undersea realm, and an endless torrent of Moredgon's minions floods into the city. Queen Marina warns our hero that he must not lose hope, and with that, sends him soaring surfaceward. I guess I gotta take the bait. Anything else around here? Is there something tasty on the end of that fishing line? Take a closer look. There's really nothing else around here, unless that is something, but I doubt it. Yeah, alright, let's go. Lost track of it already. There it is. Did it move? Was it always there? There's a big juicy prawn dangling in the water. Take a bite? No! Yeah, okay, it does move. Alright, so it wasn't my imagination. So I have to find out what it means to get fished, huh? But anyways, yeah, the prawn is, I'm sure, raw. And I didn't ask him for permission if it's even still alive. I don't know. Whatever. It's gross. Man, that's a grisly thought, getting a hook in your mouth. Ah.
Oh, Blue John's hooked himself a big un. Could it be the legendary man-eating mackerel? Let's reel him in and find out. Yes, I caught something. I actually caught something. Blue John's gonna eat tonight. Maybe there is some good in this forsaken world after all. Who the heck are you? And what were you doing on the end of my hook? I don't care how hungry you are, you don't go pinching the bait off another man's line. Hey, now. Don't cry, sonny. Look, I don't know what's got you sniffling, but it must be something serious. So listen, Blue John's gonna help you out. We fisher folk have gotta look after each other, ain't we? You can stay the night in my hut. There's none too many safe places left in this rotten world, but it'll do you for a day or two. When you're ready, you're gonna head over to the last bastion. They'll see you right. The fella running the place is a bony Fido hero. Right, now that's decided, let's head for shore. Hold on tight, lad. Things are about to get choppy.
He's a villain to me. A spark still shines, awarded for accepting the advice of Queen Marina and setting out from her undersea kingdom to kindle the few remaining embers of hope back to flame. After the world-shattering events surrounding the birth of the Lord of Shadows, Tran awakens in the undersea kingdom of Nautica to find that he's been turned into a fish. As Moredgon's forces assail the undersea city, Queen Marina saves our hero by sending him soaring surfaceward. A local fisherman reels him in and the spell is broken. He is human once more. The fisherman, Blue John, is quick to realize that there's something special about Tran, and after bringing him ashore, he informs him of mankind's only remaining refuge, the Last Bastion, where a great hero serves as a symbol of hope to a few straggling survivors. He decides to head there in order to pursue the new purpose Queen Marina gave him, of finding all of his friends and bringing an end to this dark age of dread. But at Blue John's insistence, he spends a night in his little hut on the Emerald Coast first. Wait, if Nautica's destroyed, I never did check out that book. I've got to load an earlier save and see what's inside that book.
Ahoy there, Sonny. So you finally roused yourself from your slumbers, eh? Blue John and say good morning. But there ain't no morning to speak of these days. You hadn't noticed? Why, we've seen nothing but dark skies since the day of the disaster. Just look at the state of it. There was an almighty booming and rumbling, and then great gouts of blackness started billowing up from the castle over in Heliodor. Since then, nothing's been right. That was the last time any of us saw the sun. That ain't good. We better hide, and fast.
I'm pretty sure I could take him.
Ooh, that was a close one. Them monsters started pouring out of Heliodor Castle about the same time as the blackness. The rotters seem to think they own the place. They've never come so near before, though. They'll be looking for food, I'll warrant. And there Blue John was, thinking he'd found himself a safe spot. Listen, seems the victuals round these parts are set to get mighty scarce. I hate to send you packing, Sonny, but I reckon you'd best be on your way.
Why don't you come with me to the Bastion?
You'll be safer over at the Last Bastion anyhow. Go on and get yourself over there before the monsters spot you. That hero feller'll look after you, I'm sure. He's a good un, that one. A spark of hope in these dark old times. Steer a course due west until you hit Cobblestone Falls. The Last Bastion lies just beyond. Mind how you go now, Sonny.
Come join me. Who'd have thought slimes could grow so strong? Ever since the World Tree fell from the sky, things have gone from bad to worse. The monsters around here have gotten a lot nastier for a start. Take just now. I was standing around minding my own business when this rabid, wild-eyed slime jumped out at me. I ran for it and ended up here. If you see any beasties with flaming red eyes, you'd best run for it too. They hit a lot harder than they used to. Now, to business.
Steer our course due west until you hit Cobblestone Falls. The Last Bastion lies just beyond. Oh, and if you need to bed down for the night on the way, there's a campsite off to the north there. And if it's any help to you, I can look after your money. Don't worry, you can trust old John. It's been a while since I did this, so let's see if I've still got the patter.
Man, is dying and getting wiped out and losing half your gold in your pocket really a thing? Alright, so I'm gonna make a little save, run back. I'm probably gonna make a save that I'm not even gonna keep anyways, because I do want to read the book and find out what the last monster was around the Yggdrasil's area. That was not what I wanted to do. I'm keeping this house tidy while the owner is away. She said she'd be back shortly, but it seems there's some delay. Now, this is a super secret, but I think you can be trusted. After all, you're human. Our kind might well be disgusted. You might have noticed there's an extra pillow on the bed. Michelle has met a human, and they're going to be wed. I'm somewhat scared of humans, but I'm sure this one is nice. Michelle's a connoisseur. Only the finest will suffice. Living with Me Under the Sea, with Kai. There's a hand-drawn book entitled Living with Me Under the Sea with To Kai, my guy, from Michelle, your belle, written on it. Tran takes it from the shelf and has a closer look.
Oh, Kai, I just can't wait to live with you beneath the sea. A few rules just to help you settle in more easily. First, don't panic. Take it slowly, breathe a nice deep breath. Panicking while swimming is a recipe for death. Next, no teasing. Just because a fish looks small in me, his mom might be 10 times your size, then you'll be up the creek. Third, don't look up. I'm not sure if you've seen how water flows, but waves can often send the current right up in your nose. Fourth, clean your gills. They're like your lungs. Try not to get them blocked. A bit of grit and you'll be in for quite the nasty shot. Last but not least, think of others. Selfishness is wrong. It's obvious, I know, but it'll help you get along.
Man, Michelle's really nice. She didn't deserve what happened to her. Kai should have put in a little more effort to reach her.
Your journey's almost over, only Yggdrasil awaits. Go to the first forest, child, and meet your final fate.
Humans live on land, mermaids swim the sea, and that's the way it'll always be. Still, in Queen Marina's eyes, we're all equal. Her Majesty's a magnanimous monarch, firm but fair. We could all learn a thing or two from her. Oh, I didn't realize I could actually jump off. Boom! Actually landed on her head.
Score one for the good guys!
Well... Huh?
A brick? Looks...
Welcome back to Tran Wins Dragon Quest XI. So I went and did a bunch of offline things, which will be in the montage right before this little segment.
I'd turn back if I were you. This is no place to be wandering around on your own. Head south to the last bastion. You'll be safer there.
I doubt I can get into Heliodor. But let's, you know what, before I do that, before I go into the last bastion, let's check out, let's check it out. If the game lets me.
You know, I've been posted here for months, and you're the first person who's made it all the way here alone. Clearly, you can handle yourself. Well, you'll be happy to hear that you're safe now. Head south and go through the big gate. That leads up to the last bastion. You'll find other survivors there.
All sorts of new looking monsters. I want to attack them. And I know I can beat them because they run away from me. But I'm going to wait till I get my party so that they all get XP too. Yeah, I didn't figure it'd be that simple.
The Mango Grove is up ahead. It's positively teeming with deadly monsters. I don't care how tough you think you are. It's dangerous to enter alone.
Oh, alright. Looks like the only place I can go is the last bastion. Might be able to go to the door of departure, but I doubt I can utilize it.
Sandy, there you are. And where did you run off to, might I ask? Oh my, it's really you, isn't it? You're alive, and you've come back to us. Oh, I've been so worried, especially after, well, we heard such awful things. Oh, Sandy, you're right, of course. This is the best news I could have hoped for, and here I am, blubbering like a baby. Welcome home. It's not quite the cobblestone we grew up in, is it? No, we've been through a lot. After you left, this terrible man named Jasper came. I'll never forget his eyes. They were so cold. He rounded us all up in the center of the village, and then he ordered his men to kill us. But we were lucky. Not everyone is as cruel as Jasper. No, another soldier came and told him to stop. He said there was no need to take our lives. But that didn't stop them burning the village to the ground and locking us all up in the castle. Still, that one good man made sure we came to no harm.
Yes, but he kind of put you all in harm's way to begin with.
sorry, Sandy, you're right. He's just got home after a long journey. He doesn't want to hear me blathering on. Come on, let's go and see the one person who'll be even happier to see you than me.
The last bastion. I'm a genius, I tell ya. I reckon a good old rummage through the rubble of the mayor's house and turn up all sorts of good stuff. They say this place was once a little village called Cobblestone. Well, those days are gone, I'm afraid. Now it's known as the Last Bastion. Huh? You're born and raised in Cobblestone, you say? Well, you've chosen one heck of a time for your homecoming. It's a real shame. Back before the fall, some lucky folks could flit between places using Zoom. But thanks to the Lord of Shadows, the magical pathways all get messed up, and now it doesn't work anymore. Which means if you want to start using it again, you'll have to revisit everywhere you want to Zoom to first. A real pain, I know, but it's the only way. Let's see here. I wasn't sure if Jebba was in my party. I don't know who came up with the name, but this place is known as the Last Bastion. It represents the final hope for all those who were robbed of their homes and Yggdrasil fell. It's so cold! Am I dreaming? Can it really be you, Tran? I wish I had more cheerful news, but I'm afraid I lost my beloved husband the day Yggdrasil fell. Then I came back to Cobblestone to find our home burnt to the ground. It's been terrible. But you just have to go on. What else can you do? At least I've still got my coal. Make sure to say hello if you see him.
When Yggdrasil fell, a terrible darkness descended over Heliodor, and monsters poured from the castle. We barely escaped with our lives. We would have given in to despair if it wasn't for one man, the hero. We owe him our lives. If this place is the final flickering flame of hope, he's the one who keeps it burning. He's the one who helped set it on fire in the first place. Thought there was no more daytime. Wanted to see if the guy still had his torch out.
Have at you! Take this and that! Oi, no slacking. I know they're not trained soldiers, but we've got no choice. Everyone who can lift a sword has been drafted into the army. Did I leave that barrel on plunder this whole time? Not that I could have used it. Not that I really needed a 10 gold. $36, $37. You made me lose track. I'm counting the seconds till my shift ends. The sky's so dark that if I don't keep count, I can't tell what time of the day or night it is. By my reckoning, it's the middle of the night right now. We should be gazing up at a beautiful starry sky, and instead we've got this. What a pain. Take it nice and slow. Nothing to report. We're done for, I tell you. It's going to be another cold one tonight. Ow, ow, ow. I'm a total idiot. I tried to climb that ladder, but my hand slipped and I ended up taking a tumble. The hero took some troops and rode out again to look for the injured and lost. I just worry he's pushing himself too hard. No matter how strong you are, you can't do battle every day without it taking its toll. I hope he's alright. Well, you know what? He has penance to do. The occupant of this tent has been in poor health ever since Yggdrasil fell. He mustn't be disturbed, so if you wouldn't mind going elsewhere. Rotten monsters. This used to be the church, but it's ruined now, and we can't use it anymore. But don't worry, we've made a new chapel in the main part of Bastion. I do miss it though. The glow of candlelight on the stained glass of an evening was such a lovely sight. We've lost so much. You'll find the main part of the last bastion just beyond here. If you need food or weapons or anything, that's the place to get them. Wait, you're him, the Darkspawn! Oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have called you that. It just came out. I know we made a terrible mistake, many terrible mistakes. I hope you can learn to forgive us. No! Unfortunately, I can't let you in here just now, I'm afraid. This tent belongs to a rather important person who's been very unwell since the fall. Ever so sorry, Mr. Luminary, sir. Is it Jade? Because they're being ambiguous about the gender. So heavy. This isn't good. There's no getting around it. Food supplies are running low. I don't want to say it, but people are going to starve if this goes on. I hope it doesn't come to it, but we might have to start eating grass and leaves soon. Maybe I should go and try some now, just to get used to the taste. I heard it jump, but my character didn't. Okay. I'm impressed. I've got to hand it to her. This little girl knows what she's doing. Even the feistiest steed is like putty in her hands. She says our old man taught her about horses. We did a good job, that's all I can say.
Yay, it's Tran! You're back! I'm so happy! When we were locked up in the castle, I remember a big boom, and then everyone was screaming and running. I remember my daddy telling me to hide with the horses, and then... I don't know what happened then. All I know is that I haven't seen my daddy since. But if I'm a good girl, my daddy will come back, won't he? That's why I'm looking after the horses.
So heavy. It's a scary world out there, so you need to make sure you've got the right weapon for the job. We get everything. Alright, I think I've explored everything that I can. This way, Tran! I'm very good at following directions. The Darkspawn! I know, I shouldn't call you that. You're the Luminary. Please forgive me. I was convinced you were going to bring disaster on the world. We all were. But now I know different. I'm sorry. Yeah, you wanna know who brought disaster on the world? Your so-called hero, Hendrik. Ambushing the Luminary, slowing him down, bringing Moredgon to the Sword of Light.
I tell you, being wounded isn't all bad. You get to lie about in bed all day while pretty nurses look after you. Hey, don't look at me like that. I was joking, honest.
I'm tending to the wounded. It's the least I can do for our boys. Every single day brings new casualties, and we're running out of beds fast. Goodness knows where I'm going to put people when that happens.
Ugh. I saw it with my own eyes. We were fighting a sizable force of monsters when I saw something I still can't quite believe. There was a figure behind him. He was the one in charge. I'm sure of it. And he was human. Are we really just fighting monsters, or is there more to this than we know?
You're alive! Well, look who it is. You survived then. Of course, I always knew you could take care of yourself. You're Chucky's grandson, after all, and he always found his way back home, no matter how far he roamed. Everyone will be over the moon to hear you're home. There ain't been much in the way of good news lately. Most of them are through the gate there. It's great to have you back. I always knew you could take care of yourself. You're Chucky's grandson, after all, and he always found his way back home, no matter how far he roamed. The good folks of Cobblestone be over the moon to see ya. Most of them are through the gate there. It's great to have you back.
Mama.
Come on, girls, put your backs into it. The boys are out there doing the fighting, so it's up to us to keep the home fires burning.
Sorry to interrupt, Amber, but I've got big news.
Hello, Gemma, love. What's got you so excited,
Well, you're not going to believe this, but there's someone very special here to see you.
My little soldier. I just can't believe it's you. After all the awful things that happened, I was sure you were... Oh.
When the disaster struck, so many people lost their lives. The sun vanished, and those terrible monsters appeared all over the place. Even those of us who were lucky enough to survive were so drained and desperate that we almost lost the will to live.
And then the hero appeared just when we needed him. He did all he could to help people, no matter who they were or where they were from. He fought off the monsters and brought everyone here to safety. Without him, I dread to think what would have become of us. And now, thanks to him, The place you once knew as Cobblestone has become the last bastion, humanity's safe haven in a world beset by darkness. Would you believe we've even got the King of Heliodor camped out here? Look, I know he was the one who ordered the village to be burned, but I'm sure he had his reasons. Things aren't always as they seem, love. He may be the last person you want to see, but you should go and talk things through with the king. Your grandfather would have wanted you to at least try. Just pop your head round the door of his tent, will you, love? For me. It's the one in the middle of the camp with the 2 flags. And be polite.
Fat chance. I'll never forgive Hendrik or the king. Meet with King Carnelian in his tent in the last bastion.